Hi, SpiroFit friends. I'm Lawrence Biscontini, welcoming you to Tai Chi For Everyone. Joining me on this interactive workout movement experience, on the left is Yuri Rocket from Asia, and on the right is Bernadette O'Brien from the East Coast of the United States. We call her Super Betty at over 80 years young. On this workout, I invite you to try with the only equipment, an open mind and an open heart. We don't need shoes on this whole experience because shoes give you artificial external stabilization. Minimalist shoes are absolutely safe, effective, and appropriate if you want to have clean feet but still have the ability of the digits of the toes to move independently, and you'll notice that on Super Betty. Yuri and I will be going through the workout experience barefoot because we want to challenge the movement proprioceptive muscles. What does that mean? Your ankles. Without shoes. When you wear shoes, you may feel more stable, but actually, the muscles that help you balance and not fall turn off when you wear shoes. Some special populations, like diabetics, are supposed to wear shoes, and of course, if you're practicing outside and you don't know the flooring, make sure that you are safe, prudent, and appropriate by wearing appropriate footwear. However, for this experience, we invite you to feel the chi, or energy, through the fingers of your feet, up the legs, down the spinal column, out through the hands as we spread our chi together. When we do movement super slowly, that movement is called Tai Chi. It's unchanging choreography for thousands of years. When we do movement faster to intersperse some slower Tai Chi movements, that's called qigong. Movements of exercise, of energy, in random order and random speed. And that's our purpose of moving with you for the next 20 minutes or so. To make some things easier, for those of you who want to try this seated, you'll be accompanying Yuri in the seated versions. And for those of you that want to caffeinate the moves in the true original Tai Chi fashion, you'll be joining my dear friend Bernadette O'Brien, as she is a practitioner and a teacher of both qigong and Tai Chi. Let's get started. I'm going to invite you to stand with your feet hip distance apart. Your shoulders are back and down, and in between those two extremes, your core, pelvic floor, closed and contracted. Draw the navel close to the spine, which we call in Chinese the dantian, closer to the Ming Mong, and then sink down and rise a few times. And as we sink and rise, let's paint the wall. So when the hands lower down, you're exhaling. And when the hands rise to paint the wall, you're inhaling. And notice how you can do this seated or standing. The progression you'll notice is that one heel can come up. Sometimes Bernadette raises one heel, sometimes she raises both heels, and that challenges your whole ankle stabilization, but it also improves your stability. There is no perfection. There's only process and presence. Not worrying about yesterday or comparing to tomorrow, because you can't have a past and you can't have a future if you just concentrate on where you are today. We often focus on the past, but we don't want to in Tai Chi. We want to just focus on where we are in the present, and you can't have a future if your past is present. Now, my friends, we're going to step forward with the hands lower. The left heel goes forward, and then we step back. And we shift the weight to the left foot, and we step forward with the right heel and step back. What is this called in Tai Chi, Lawrence, you may ask? When we step forward with the heel, we call this step forward with heel. And we hinge slightly forward as a progression and then bring the weight back. Watch what happens to the hands. We dunk the fingers of the hands in imaginary paint and then bring them back towards the hips. And we weight shift, raising the toes as far from the floor as possible. That's beautiful, Bernadette. And as you hinge forward, notice that what you want to do is raise the toes to strengthen these muscles down the front of that right, and then bring the weight back and strengthen the muscles down the front of the left leg and shake that off. Now that was a slow Tai Chi move. Let's do a qigong move, and it's very invigorating. We open the hands in front of the heart. Exhale, inhale nose. Exhale, purse lips. Too hard, one heel comes up. Too hard, no heels come up. Too hard, just watch. And we inhale, exhale. We want to control that lowering down phase. That's called deceleration. And when you're able to go down slowly like this, you decrease the propensity to fall. That's pretty cool. Inhale as we open the heart, and exhale as we sink. How about two more? Inhaling up, Are we moving quickly? Yes. Are we moving at our own pace? Yes. Therefore, it's qigong and not Tai Chi. Now let's move into Tai Chi. Age-old choreography like we did with the heel lifts. The left arm rises under the nose and the right hand in front of the belly button, so check your manicure with your left hand, and the right hand goes in front of the belly button, and you're holding the moon like this, and then open your hands and stand tall, and now go ahead and show me your moon with the right hand on top. And you feel that energy between the hands. The palms face each other. And when you hold the moon like this, we call this hold the moon. Exhaling down, inhaling up, and exhaling and sinking down. Now, what do we do by the big, full white moonlight, Lawrence? Well, we pet the long white horse's mane as he gallops away by moonlight, of course. So the right hand is on top, and now slowly as the left hand gallops away, the right hand lowers down and you stroke the mane of the horse. Turn the palms so they face each other. Come back and face us. We're facing you. And what are you holding? A new moon. And let's pet the horse's mane as we go over to the other side. Notice how we move all together. Palms face each other and we turn forward. Elbows touch each other, imagining you're cleaning off the crumbs of a table. That's called cleaning off. Hands lower down. Let's get into some legs. Feet come perpendicular to each other like this, and the left heel steps out, heel, ball, toe, like you're drawing back a bow, releasing the bow. That's called a bow step. Rock back. The left toes turn towards us, and we step back to the right side. Feet are perpendicular to each other like the Latin character T, as in terrific workout. And we take the heel and then the toes into what letter step? A bow step. We rock back, turn the toes forward, and let's add the arms back in. Embrace the moon. Here's the power of the full moon. And then we step out left and pet the horse's mane, galloping away as we lunge out into a bow step. Yuri perfectly showing you how this can be done seated. Whenever I teach or facilitate Tai Chi and Qigong to my friends in wheelchairs, they can do almost everything because it's so upper body dependent. Exhaling as we're taking out, and let's go ahead and bring this choreography one more time. Moon me with your right hand on top. That is, make a moon with your hands, and then over to the left side, stroke it, the long white horse's mane. Rock back, the left toes come up, turn forward. Here's your balance, weight shift over to the left leg, dragging as a regression, lifting as a progression, and the last time for us together. Pet the horse's mane. Embrace the moon, turn back to us as the toes forward, legs are wide, elbows touch. What do we call cleaning off the crumbs of the table? Cleaning off, lower down. Qigong is next. We're going to bring the feet a little bit closer, and we're going to do a move called bowing rooster. And Yuri will show you two ways to do it. The first seated, and then standing with the chair at the side. The left knee comes up. The hands come up, you hinge forward, and the leg touches the area behind you. Lifting up, and as we bow forward, you want to keep the stabilizing leg, the right knee, slightly bent. Notice how much more than I do, Betty hinges forward because she likes to do it in a big progression of a big balance. In fact, sometimes Betty hinges forward and the back foot she keeps off of the floor like this. Sometimes you can touch down as you hinge forward, and sometimes as you do a bowing rooster, you can hinge forward with the leg hinging, shining the light of your left heel towards the wall behind you. That's pretty challenging with balance. Let's go to the other side and watch how we can use the chair, another option. So we're lifting our right and then hinge back. Lifting up the bowing rooster, you can choose how many times you do it. Between 8 to 12 is a traditional Chinese number, but you can do less, you can do more. Remember the regression, touch down and touch down with the toes, the ball of the toes. How about two more of these? Bowing rooster from Qigong, and then we will go back into our Tai Chi moves, which are super slow. Let's bring the feet hip distance apart, lower the hands, take the hands out to the side, and move into our Tai Chi speed of super slow, coming back down to a seated position. Thank you, Yuri. We embrace the moon, step into a T-step, And then we pet the horse's mane over to the left side. And as we feel the energy between the hands, the palms face each other, we rock back, turn forward, embrace the moon, step here to a T-step to the right, and then we go away from you as we lean towards the right side. Embrace the moon here, and now we have the palms face each other, come back to the center, elbows touch, clean off, and slowly lower down. We're going to move now into one of the most beautiful parts of Tai Chi, but one of the most complicated nevertheless. We turn our feet towards each other. When I say complicated, involving balance, but it's also beautiful. Hinge over the left knee and go ahead and raise the left shoulder. Tuck the thumb and imagine you're carrying a lantern of fireflies. Where? At the level of the heart. We call this carry the lantern of fireflies at the level of the heart. Slowly that left lowers and the right hand rises, tuck the thumb of the right, and now you have a new lantern, and carry the lantern. The lantern is the height of the shoulders, no higher, because what are we illuminating? The heart, correct? So we carry that lantern. Now Yuri will continue this way, but Miss Betty and I are going to show you how to make it harder. As the right hand comes up, we're going to put more space between our feet. We're going to hinge forward and carry the lantern at the level of the knees, hinging forward, and then staying with a long spine, contract the core. We switch positions, and your non-working arm just rests on the side of your body. This is working the legs, stretching the inner thighs, and you feel your postural muscles of your spine contract to keep your ears up and back of your neck long and strong. And we carry this across. Feel the lantern, feel the fireflies. Do you feel the muscles of that left leg, Bernadette? Do you feel the muscles of your core, Yuri? Over to the right side. Now here's the progression. We hold the lantern with the right hand and we bring this left foot in. 1, 2, 3, and stay here or lift up that knee. And when that rooster stands on one leg, we call this rooster stands on one leg, or regression, touchdown. Rooster tries to stand on one leg. You can also do this whole movement series with a chair in front of you. You hinge to the back, take the lantern across, left hand goes forward, right hand would hold your chair, and pull up that right knee and stabilize there. Take the right leg down and carry the lantern of fireflies to illuminate the heart. Left knee comes up, lifting here. Rooster stands on one leg. Hinging down, hinging across. Notice how high Miss Betty gets that knee. One non-working hand just touches the leg and lowering down. You go, Bernadette. Over to the right side. Last time, best time. Hand reaches up. Lower the legs, lower the arms, and notice how your legs are wider than we began. So we're going to close the door. You paint the wall, which is the first thing we started doing, and the right foot comes in just a little bit. Toe goes down first, and then the heel. Then the left foot comes in just a little bit, toe and the heel. Notice, my friends, in Tai Chi and Qigong, that when we have front to back movements, then the next movements are side to side to balance the movements of life. It's not fitness, it's life. So now let's open the door. Left foot steps to the left. And let's close the door again, stepping that left foot in, keeping space between the knees and the ankles. When we take the right foot to the right, that's called open the door. And we bring the right foot back in, that's called close the door. Let's add a movement. It's called gaze at stars. Moving into Qigong now at a faster speed. Open the door and just twist and look up over the left shoulder. Lift up and go straight down here. Lift up and gaze at the stars over the right shoulder. So notice the temptation is to look down, but we want to look up. That protects the neck and helps us rotate better when we drive. Lift up and lower down. Let's do one more time. Twist and gaze at stars. It's faster, so it's a Qigong move, building blocks of Tai Chi. Now let's add movement. We're going to open the door and gaze at the stars. Open the door, sink down, and push the stars as you look up. Then lift up and close the door. And then we move to the right side. Open the door and look up, raising the chin as you push the stars. Lift up and lowering down. This is the last side-to-side movement before we do a front-to-back movement from qigong that will help balance and stability. It's called bicycle. And over to the right side. And the nice thing about this bicycle movement is it's going to enhance your stability. It's not fearful, and you don't have to wear a helmet when you're riding your bicycle. So the left foot is your base of support. Your hands come out to the side, and you lift and lower one hip. Lift and lower one hip. And if that's all you can do, then bless your heart, that's all you can do. And if you can do the next progression, then bless your heart, that's all you can do. You raise and touch down. So from the side, it looks like this: raise and touch down. You're making a forward pedaling-like movement. The left hip is the stabilizing, and the right hip is the mobilizing. Yuri will stand up and show you how you could do this with the chair on the side if you fully want to use a chair and stand. Just one leg is stabilizing, your right hand or left hand is in the chair, and lifting and lowering. Now, how could you make the full progression of this the way Bernadette likes to do it? 8 full circles without touching. 8 and 7 and 6, keeping the toes up, and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Awesome. Good. I love her. Left leg comes up, and you would go through all those same progressions. Try to hike the hip, keep the shoulders stable. Can I keep my toes on the floor? Sure, Bernadette says. If I want to raise the foot all the way up, sure, that's fine as well. The next progression would be to slowly make the full circle and take the ball of the foot to the floor each time to provide that contact point. How would I do the whole exercise of bicycle? Forward, 8, 7. Notice how the stabilizing leg is bending. Last 4, 3, 2, and touch down. Let's try the backwards cycle. You can raise a heel. You can make a cycle backwards and touch down, or you can try all 8 without touching. Let's do the right side first as the left stabilizing, cycling backwards. 8 and 7, keeping the toes up, works those muscles we talked about on the front of the leg. Last 4, last 3, last 2, and put it down, and hands come back out to the side for the 8, backward cycle, and 6, 5, last 4, 3, 2, and down. Qigong moves are fast. What's slower? Tai Chi. We open the door to the left, sink down. Let's embrace the moon. Right hand on top, stepping in. Pet the horse's mane to the left. Now let's make the lantern of fireflies with the left, building on to our Tai Chi choreography. Here it's Spirofit. Now pull up the left knee as rooster stands on one leg. And then we lower the legs, lower the hand. Left foot steps in, close the door. Should we do it all to the other side? Of course. We open the door to the right and sink. Embrace the moon, left hand on top, right hand on the bottom. Pet the horse's mane. Now the right hand out here is going to tuck and hold the lantern. Carry it all the way across at the level of your heart or the level of your knees. Bring that left hand up, carry the lantern back over to the right side. And just for fun, let's do this one more time. Over to the left side, and the rooster stands on one leg as that right knee comes up, or all the way up, and the non-working hand just touches your leg. Lower down, turn forward, and now the right foot steps in as we close the door. Super slow, so that speed is Tai Chi. That's what we're doing. Moving on to our last invigorating move from Qigong. Your hands are here to remember the bird opening. Spread the wings and exhale. Inhale nose, exhale and purse your lips. Tai Chi and Qigong help put your body into your life, so when you move, you have life in your body. Some people say it's interesting to move the blood. Some people say it's interesting to move the muscles. Some people say it's interesting to move the bones. All of that together is energy. And the Chinese word for energy is qi. How about 2 more? Inhaling, sinking down. Last one, inhaling, sinking down. And as we began, tap forward with the heel. You lift and step in. And the right heel taps forward. We could get more complicated about Tai Chi breathing, but in our first installment, we don't make it too specific. We could get more complicated in understanding the big poetic translations of the names, like embracing the long white horse's mane as he gallops into moonlight. But for sometimes we just call it hold the moon, pet the horse. This move is so important, whether seated or standing, for the muscles down the front of the leg. Lower down, let's take the hands open with an inhale and hands at the side as an exhale. 2 more as we finish this installment of Tai Chi for everyone. Inhale and exhale. Tai Chi in history terms, my friends, always finishes with a bow. Safe way to do it, hands to the thighs, hands hinge towards the knees, the spine stays long, and then slowly we unreverse that bow. Thank you very much to Yuri Rocket. Thank you very much to Bernadette O'Brien for sharing some ancient disciplines in this installment of Tai Chi for everyone here for you at SpiroFit.